welcome to Basketball Talk Pro. My name is Ron Ekker. This drill today, I entitled it 4 versus 4 defensive drill, is not like the other 4-on-4 drills that we've had. It's similar, of course, but don't confuse it with the 4-on-4 half-court, full-court drill. This we stay at the half-court. It's meant to put the emphasis on defense, even though we are running the Monk offense against it. And that point I want to make on that is anytime you run the Monk offense against a defense 4-on-4 like this, you put extreme pressure on the defense. You have to be very good. And I've never had a team where we've run the Monk offense, which is most of them, that hasn't been a good defensive team because of it. You don't have to really do much else. I warn you that there's a lot of corrections in this. On the floor, we're not taking much time, but I'm stopping it a lot and making corrections in the film. I think these corrections are very important. More so than just seeing them continue to do 4-on-4. The film gets speeded up a little bit, and that's why I urge you, and I urge you on the film also to look at it in full screen, not on little phones or iPads. Listen, you're trying to learn how to coach, not take the easiest way. So find a way you can see it on full screen, because the speeding up doesn't look or distribute quite as much. I want you to listen intently to the corrections. Make sure to take notes on that, because this is where you get the most out of this video. Not so much what's happening on the floor, but when we stop it and you can see specifically what we're talking about, it will add very much to you if you want to run the drill yourself, which I recommend you do. I use a lot of 4-on-4. I think it's one of the best overall drills that we have. So now let's take a look at it on the film. Be very attentive. Shut everything else down and pay attention to what's happening and what we're saying. Okay, this is the beginning of our 4-on-4. I'm talking to the players a little bit about it. They should know enough to they play it when we're working on offense too. But one thing I wanted to tell you is, regardless of how you're looking at it now, don't use those little phones. I don't know about iPads, but you should get this on full screen. It's the only way you can see this correctly. It distorts the picture when you put it on those little ones. If that's all you got right now, wait till you get home, and you can put it on your TV or your computer and get it on full screen. On the website, the little picture that you have there, if you go to the bottom on the right side, you'll see a little square kind of broken. Click on that and it'll bring it up in full screen. Much better for you. So we're just making some general instructions here. And we should be ready to go here in just a little bit. You can't hear me, but I'm just preparing them for the effort. Okay, right away I'm going to start. There's going to be a lot of corrections in this. He's playing even with his man. You're going to get beat playing even here. Look how far the ball is out here. That's going to be a long pass to anything that is backdoor like. You got to get up in here, get ahead of your man by a good step. Otherwise, he's going to beat you because he knows when he's going to go.
We needed more pressure on the ball here. That will help this guy, keep him from getting the ball in a real good position. These guys are okay. I'd like this guy back a little bit more. This guy's okay. Or let it go here. Now, he's pushing on that man. Here's what's going to happen. This guy's going to push off and get the ball. Uh, they can't push off on you if you're a step off of them. You can still maintain good position, and by getting a little bit ahead, just slightly ahead, but stay away from him a little bit, because otherwise he just pushes off and walks out and gets the ball. Better pressure here. This isn't bad, but it's not as good as I'd like him back in here. We got to protect those holes. Here, that's what happens. Now he does get in good position here. This guy plays the cut really well. And these two guys are in okay position now. This is the ball line going across here. Shouldn't have moved out there yet, but he's got to get out there quick once he gets the ball. We'll take a look at this weak side. See here? I know they're guards, but guards got to play people in the post too. When the ball's at the top, you got to get on ball side of this man high, because if he gets it in there, it's all over. Look, or you got no help at all. It's really easy to score, or you're going to have to foul him. This isn't bad here. He should be overplaying, even though that's the guy that passed. This guy's still in an overplay position. It's hard here because he's right smack in the middle. You got to kind of overplay both spots when that happens. It doesn't happen a lot, but both of these two guys should be overplayed if that's where the ball is. He gets to that overplay, but you know he gets beat out there again because he was even with the guy. Now here's where you got to, the rest of the team has got to adjust. Right now he's moving back to the ball line. He's got to move into a sag position. He's okay. I think he can get back out on that man. The rule is on a sag position, play as close to the ball as you can, but only as far as you can get back to your man and at least deflect a pass to him. It varies from one player to another. He's got fairly good quickness, so he can come in there, but it's still, this guy's got to help him with some hands, or that would be a pretty direct cross-court pass. I stopped it to correct this guy. He's overplaying that guy, the ball over here, and that just leaves all kinds of holes in there. I had to tell him. I had to stop and tell him, because you see, if it was this guy, or maybe this guy, I know they know what to do. I also know he doesn't know what to do, so I have to correct him. Now I like to start with the ball here, because then these guys don't know which is going to be the overplay position, wherever I throw it in. Now that establishes that's the ball side. He's got to overplay. He's got to drop in here, and he's got to drop in a little bit. I know his speed, but he could get back in here. And if this guy puts pretty good pressure on the ball, that isn't a pass. It's very dangerous. The pass over here is the one that's dangerous. And if he doesn't get back quick, then look at the holes that we got for people to drive into, cut into. Uh, we play a very contained defense. We want a lot of help in through here. Not bad. Again, he's even. Better pressure. Need better pressure. Now this guy's got a bit vacuum quick. And here we are. No, should be no overplay there. Should be back in here. But get your players to make that quick move quick. They can do it. But you gotta make sure that they understand they're expected to do that. He's on the wrong side. I don't know what he's thinking of. So they've got to adjust here. See him pushed off again. They get it every time. These two guys on the weak side are okay. Good defense on that. Not bad on that cut. But if you have pressure here, you get help on that cut. If he can't make a real hard direct pass, this guy can handle that cut. He fell asleep a little bit, but that you got to live with that too. So now they're moving. This is pretty good. Again, that guy is slightly on that side. Sometimes they get in those positions. You got to depend and have faith in your players that when it's just a very vague situation, that they can make up a good decision. If you've taught them the principles and taught them what you want to accomplish, then they will be able to make those decisions. We have a little back cut here. He handles that well. Um, this guy probably should be starting to get ready to get out. This guy should actually be overplaying. I mean, he doesn't need to sit in here. Now, you see, everything changes by where the ball is and your man is. If the ball's out here and your man's down here, you can be in there. But this guy's pretty close on that pass. You need to get up in here to be able to help on that. If he goes out to get the ball. Not too bad. See, by keeping our defense in the ball line, always, it's difficult to drive. We stop drives by position rather than as much as or more than being able to play good one-on-one defense. We expect that also, by the way. Now the ball's here. This is an overplay position over here. These are sag positions. Now, he really should not have gone. We teach go ball side of the screenaways, but just good judgment. He didn't need to be all the way over there because this guy, was flaring out. So he should have been in here, and because he's on the weak side, he should try to help on the middle, but now get out on him quick. He just played that wrong. See, way too long. And this guy too is playing it wrong. That guy's now ball side. You got to get up there and overplay him. Okay, now I don't like to see when the ball's here and the guy is in that. It's not a real deep post up position, but it's still where especially this guy can do something there. You got to get on his side And we've got to have a lot of pressure here to help. That's what teamwork is. Teamwork is not talking. Teamwork is doing your job well so it helps the team. Pressure on the ball makes it difficult for this guy to get the ball. If you put a little, as part of that teamwork, he's got to come over here and create some problems for this guy, and you won't have a man getting the ball in the post. I think he's doing the right thing. There's a big gap there. He gets too deep by going under. Just, you know, basketball, the way we play it is very mobile. You got to make a lot of decisions. These guys are making a ton of decisions just in this period of time of how they should play things. You got to help them with that. Should be an overplay. Pressure on the ball. No, he shouldn't be out there. He should be here. Now I want you to see something. This is, if this guy doesn't cut in, there's a big hole here because this guy doesn't get back. I want to be clear on that. This is where the ball is. The ball line goes across here. We want all of our men away from the ball to be closer to on the basket side of the ball line. That way, this guy wouldn't even try this drive because there's a man standing right there. And you don't put the pressure that this guy has to face going one-on-one. And that's what the drive does. Now, he did get, I wouldn't say he's badly beaten, but he is behind the guy. There's some keys to this. This guy is a key. This guy is a key. He should be digging. He can drop off his man and dig. Even if he can't get to the guy with the ball, we want him to think that this guy can come in and dig. He should fight now hard to stay with the man. And this guy, if he gets in the paint for the shot, he's got to go for the block. We teach blocking shots versus taking charges. 90% of the time, the offense gets the call on those charge and block calls. It's really hard to stop a drive by taking charges, and you end up just putting them on the line. But shot blocking, even if you don't block the shot, you're contesting it very hard. You can get results without putting them on the line. Let's follow this through. Right there, this guy quit. You know, he's not playing him anymore. And this guy, I don't know what he's doing. He's running away from it. And the result is just an easy little shot up there. Not much to it. I'm telling him right there, you know, you gave up right there. And the guy got in. You got to keep him from turning that corner. It's a lot of learning to do. A lot of learning. And you're a part of it, coaches. They need you. They need you doing this, what I'm doing. They need you telling them. They need to be clear on what their job is. They got a tough job. So if it's wishy-washy at all, it makes it that much tougher. This guy was not ahead of his man, but he has worked up there a little bit now. I don't think he's in too bad position. I would have liked to see him been much farther up the floor when the ball was way out there. But this guy's giving no pressure. This is a breakdown in team play when this guy doesn't do his job, and this guy doesn't do his job, and this guy, and this guy. We are a team. We're playing like a team when everybody is doing their job. I don't care what they say, what they talk about. one of the best defensive teams I had. They were like ghosts out there. No one even knew they were there. They didn't never said anything, but they could play. They knew how to play the defense. See, he does a little better of staying away from them. We had just worked on this in practice. This practice. Got to be pressured. Got to be back. He's okay. He didn't get the ball in a great position, but I think we should have got him one step farther out. Now, here comes the cut. Not bad here. This guy's okay. See, even with this guy cutting, it makes it hard to penetrate. Now you got to come up on him, though. And this guy should go right back to overplay because he's still on the ball side. This guy here needs to be playing him from getting the ball because he's on the ball side. He's on the weak side, so he can loosen up to help out. Not enough pressure on the ball. This is kind of a clumsy area, but that happens. I think he played it right. You know, he didn't give up his sag position real easy. The guy, really, when he passed it, he was on the weak side. Good position, but a little bit tighter and better hands, working hard with those hands. Now we're going to have a weak side screen over here, it looks like to me. This guy needs to loosen up. In this one, you see, he wasn't using that screen, which you have to be very alert for defensively. You players have to be. Is sometimes they set the screen, the cutter doesn't use the screen, then don't worry about the screen. Go out and get it. This was not a real screening situation. He made it a screening situation by running into it. But had he been playing normal defense, all he had to do was go out on that guy. Now you're too far off, you see, because of the position. This is not right. This guy should be in here. Play as close to the ball on the weak side as you can and still be able to get back to your man on any kind of pass, which would have been, if this guy had been up on him, a long lob pass. You could be here and still deflect it. He should have played that guy tougher in the paint. He should have had more pressure on the pass. This is a nice contest. The ball's going to go in the basket. But under game conditions, you get a contest like that, and you make a 38% shooter out of them, even in the NBA, where they got really guys that can put the ball in the basket. And that reminds me, as a coach, you have to work with yourself, discipline yourself, practice it, work with it, to be able to see almost everything that happens on the court. You can do that, coaches. Don't think you can't. Don't even tell yourself you can't do that. But it takes practice. It takes time. And when you've done it for 35 years, you get pretty good at seeing everything that's on the court. But early on in your career, you have to really mental practice it, if nothing else. I'm going to stop it there. We've went through a lot of corrections. You've been able to see in this short period of time a lot of the things that you're going to have to correct as a coach. And I wanted you to see this. So when you work with your team, if you're going to play the ball line defense, you know the corrections that you have to make. You won't have to make them as the months go by. If you make them now and at the right time, then you don't have to worry about it when it gets down and halfway through the season. You still got to be in it. Coaching is hard. You got to be in every drill. You got to be involved. I see so many coaches who just stand around uh, and let things get sloppy. And then when you go out on the floor and the opponent is eating you up, you got nobody to blame but yourself. You haven't put the time in yourself to prepare your team correctly. Well, that's going to be it for this part of it. I did want you to see the 4-on-4 defensive drill. We've never shown it before. It's a great drill. It's going to help your people play much better defense, but you do have to do it a lot. And I actually love this drill where the emphasis is on the defense and where you get a chance to really help your players by making good corrections.
Well, there you got a good look at the 4-on-4 defensive drill. I think it's a very important drill. I use it a lot, and you should too. Being able to see and make corrections is key in that. But on the floor, I was not making all those corrections that you saw. I wanted you to see them so that you knew how to make corrections, what you should be looking for. Well, that's it for today. I think we've got a couple of good videos coming up in the next couple of sessions, and we've been doing some work on that. I think you need to prepare yourself as a coach, and we'll work on that in the next couple of sessions. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.